a lot of people would jump straight into getting a loan because they have a good credit score, they have someone that can co-sign for them, only to realize down the line that this is not for them. Hey, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me. So in this video, I'll be talking about how you can fund flight training. Now, this would apply to people that are able to work in the United States, most likely citizens or permanent residents. So if you are not, then this may not apply to you, but you may become one, maybe sooner or later. So it might be just beneficial for you to watch the video. If you're new here, my name is Stephen Ojo, and on this channel I'll talk about aviation and how you can achieve your goal as a professional pilot if that's what you are seeking. I am currently a professional pilot myself. I fly for one of the major airlines in the United States, a cargo side by the way, and I have been in the industry for about 7 going on 8 years now professionally, and my aviation career started back in 2010. So I've been an instructor, I've been a student, I've been a chief pilot and all that, well, assistant chief pilot, all that stuff. So I tend to have a lot of information when it comes to flight training, how you can achieve your goals, and just so much more in the industry. So if you are interested in that type of information, I urge that you subscribe. And of course, if you find value in the information, please don't forget to drop a like. That's really all I ask. With that said, let's get into the video. All right. I have my screen next to me here. So if I take a glance, that's because I'm trying to keep to some of the points that I want to share with you. So one of the reasons why a lot of people quit flight training is the cost. It's quite expensive, and that doesn't even include the cost of maybe going for a program, like in a college. So by the time you had the cost of a college plus the cost of flight training and so much, and living cost and all the other expenses that comes along with just going through training, it becomes quite expensive. And that's something that I've seen stop a lot of people from pursuing the career. But recently, with the increase in pay and bonuses that pilots get, especially from the onset, right from the regional stages, a lot of people have become more interested in pursuing this field. One of the ways in which you can do this is through cadet programs. And cadet programs are generally offered by institutions, or they are offered by airlines. So majority of the airlines that offer this would hope that you would work for them down the line. Once you are fully qualified, you have the necessary hours to work for them, and you can start flying professionally. Now, one of the things that these airlines tend to do is that they tend to either connect you with a school, aviation school, or a college, and then they also connect you with a bank that can fund your training. So they are not necessarily providing the funds. Now, some airlines do provide the funds, but then you have to sign like an agreement to stay with them. But majority of the airlines in the US anyway they only just connect you with a bank, and they connect you with a school, with the hopes that once you're done, once the bank funds your training, the school provides the training. Once you complete that, then you move on to join the airline, generally through like a flow program, and eventually you get to the majors. Now, this process can take anywhere from maybe 3.5 years to 5 years, and hopefully you are the major airlines, assuming everything goes smoothly for you, which to me is perfect, especially when you do not have the funds. Now, one of the ways that people go about getting their training, either you self-funded, in this case you maybe work and you save money and you train, and then maybe you lend some money from a bank, like student loans, or you are funded by a sponsor, maybe your parents, family, the government, and so on. Now, the other option is, maybe people that go through the military route, where they end up getting sent, to join the military, they serve, and then the military provides all this training for them. The most common one in aviation, honestly, is the military route. But of course, we also have the people that fund their trainings themselves, whether through loans or through sponsorships. Now, the program that I'm looking at right now, the cadet program that I'm looking at right now, is from American Airlines, and the structure of this program is similar to what I've described. They connect you with a bank, and they connect you with a flight school, and pretty much the bank funds pays for your training, and then after some time you start to repay that loan to the bank once you start working for the airline, which in this case will be American Airlines. Now, one of the things that I always want to urge people to think about And that's the key of this video that I want to mention here. There are reasons why it's a good idea to get a loan for training, and there's some reasons that are not good. But let's talk about a few of those reasons that are good, for you to get a loan to train. Of course, one of them is, you can get the necessary funds. You blow through your training pretty quickly. There's no reason to be grounded because you have the funds that are necessary for you to continue training. So that's a good thing. The other thing is you end up spending less time in the process of training, right? Because assuming you are self-funded, then that means maybe you're working, you're trying to save up money. That can be difficult, but with the funds readily available from a bank, that makes it a lot easier for you. Now, the thing to consider is this: when you are starting out, I want you to think about the fact that a lot of people have started training and along the way realized that this is not for them, but they have gone up to sign up for a loan, and once that loan is disbursed, it is really on your neck for the next, only God knows, 20 years, 25 years, and so forth. Now, of course, they probably will not give you all the money at once, okay? They will most likely disperse the money in phases, which is a good thing. But the reason why you need to be careful about taking a lump sum at once is, especially if you're really new, is you haven't really tested out your patience level or your ability to actually learn to fly. Before you go ahead and take any loans for training, one of the things that you should consider doing is save some money. Try to get a job, work temporarily, save up some money, especially if you're young and you can live with your parents. You can, house hack with other housemates and things like that. You can live cheaply, save up some money, maybe $5,000, $10,000. Use that money towards your flight training. Don't even consider the cadet program yet, because this is your money that you've worked at for. You will want to make sure that this money takes you far. And the hope here is that this fund will last you through at least your private. With about 15,000 or so, you should be able to get your private pilot course done. Now, if you can work and get your private pilot course done with your private, now you've established something. You've established that you can go through training. You've established that you can fly. You've established that you are interested. You've established that you want to do this as a career. You've established that you are willing to put in the hard work, because training is not easy. And this is something that you go through for the rest of your life, right? Because you have to go through trainings on a regular basis. So a lot of people would jump straight into getting a loan because they have a good credit score, they have someone that can co-sign for them, only to realize down the line that this is not for them. And it's not my desire for anybody to go through training after spending $50,000, $60,000 and realize that this is not what they want to do. That is a lot of money into something that is not really useful in any other field. It's a skill that is very focused on one aspect of life, in this case flying, right? It's not like if you learn to fly, if you choose to switch careers down the line, you can become a doctor or something like that, no, or you can become a lawyer. It's a very focused skill that it doesn't really apply anywhere. So, and also, if you actually go to a flight school, there's no degree that comes with it, right? So if it can end up being a money wasted. And that is something that I'm trying to preach to you in this video. Like, for example, the American Airlines Credit Union, they provide funds for cadets. And here it says that they have the loan years is over 45 years at the decent interest rate, about 4 to 5, almost 5%, no, almost 6% to about 10%, which in 10% is quite high, but hopefully your credit score is good and you can get on the lower hand of it. But the point here is that you don't want to be stuck with a loan paying about 10% and you're not using the skills or the certificates that you've acquired with that loan. So my advice for you in this video is that before you take on any loan, make sure that you at least vet that you really want to pursue this career and you want to do this for the rest of your life. And that means that you have at least put in some effort, either through funding some of the training yourself, maybe getting your private pilot course at least. By getting that, you have actually vetted yourself. You've made sure that this is what you really want to do, And then by the time you then go in to even apply for the loan, it makes the loan process easier for you because now you already have something. You've established the fact that you have experience. Please don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to ask your questions below. I'll get back to them when I can. And I'll see you in the next one.